Hey everyone, Jeff Lee here at NAB 2014. I'm at the Sony booth with Juan Martinez, who is the Senior Product Manager over at Sony. Right next to us you'll see what looks like a shoulder-mounted ENG camera, perhaps a 2/3 inch camera, but you may notice that in it is actually an F55. So Juan, please tell us a little bit more about this brand new ENG or EFP Build-Up Kit.
So there's a desire to be able to control the camera as an ENG camera, have the same controls, the gain, the white balance, the shutter, the audio controls as a field production camera. And so we've made this, this is a prototype of a build-up kit that converts an F5 or 55 into an EFP ENG style camera. And you can notice that this has the controls where the muscle memory of the operator wants to find them. They're used to find these controls. The audio level controls are in the back as well, laid out just like an F800 camera. And in the rear of the camera, we also have laid out the inputs and output connectors. So typically, on the F55 camera, the audio connectors are on the assistant side, sticking out of the side. But these are now relocated to the rear, and we have a 5-pin connector, and there is a reciprocal 5-pin connector on the front, so you can send one camera operator with two cameras to do a two-camera shoot. You can loop the audio through the two cameras to have sync sound. Two XLRs that could be either AES or analog, ASCBU or analog. Of course, a 4-pin. There's Hirosi's and a DTAP connector. And you can also notice that there's a receptacle, there's a bucket for the Sony wireless receiver as well. If you look at the camera from the front, you also find this laid out exactly as an EFP camera, all the controls. You have the audio level control, the white and black balance switch, the shutter switch, record, start, stop, and the 5-pin connector that we were talking about in the front.
Yeah, I mean, what strikes me really is when you take a look at the overall height and overall size of it, it really does remind you like of an F800. Even has the VCT 14 style baseplate that the tripod users will be used to. Yeah.
And the shoulder mount is easily adjustable front to back to match the operator. We've tried to keep the center of gravity as low as possible to keep the camera very stable. So I don't know if you notice, it's very hard to tell where the camera ends and where the adapter starts. But this is a very minimalistic, so the camera is not out of control, way up too high. It feels very comfortable on the shoulder.
And I notice, of course, there's also a slot in for the Sony digital audio system up top.
Is this for the digital wireless? Yes, yes. So this is the Sony wireless audio receiver, and it goes in there through the 15-pin.
So still recording 4-channel, so you'll still have your stereo mic as well as your mics, belt pack receivers and whatnot.
Exactly. We do have, we're still trying to determine if we're going to enable the R5 recorder to be attached to this or not.
To attach to the back and do raw. Right.
We're open to feedback on that regard. Obviously, that will bring the price up.
I mean, it's an interesting concept, but I think most people using a camera like this are not necessarily so interested in raw recording, because like you're saying, the name of it is the ENG EFP kit,
exactly,
which is exactly that target demographic.
Exactly, and we've paid attention to the minutia. Even it has the holders for the straps. We had a lot of feedback from many users. We've made the handle very long, so that the camera can balance with any lens. So you can put a very lightweight lens on the camera or a big, heavy 300 millimeter Cabrio on it, and there's always a comfortable place to hold the camera by.
And of course, I noticed there's also the mount on the back for the viewfinder, so you can move the front viewfinder position to the back for studio.
So this is very convenient because it's possible then to attach the viewfinder directly to the rear. We originally made the viewfinder cable of the exact length that allows us to situate it in the rear, so you can sit in a dolly, for example, or if you're on a tripod, you can stand with the eyepiece in the rear.
Great, very good. And of course, we have the Cabrio 1990 on there, which is a natural fit, but using any of the many available 2/3 inch type adapters, you can get that kind of traditional shoulder-mounted feel.
Exactly. And I failed to mention that we do have 15 millimeter rod holders in here. So you're not tied to an ENG style lens with this type of servo built in. You can put any lens. It could be a super 16 millimeter lens, or it could be a DSLR style lens, and controlled manually or with a follow focus.
Yeah, that 2K center crop mode has been really popular with a lot of our ENG type shooters. So using this combined with that unlocks a lot of possibility. Yeah.
It is amazing. Even the top engineers at Sony Electronic are blown away by the quality of 2K center crop. So we're actually, it'd be hard to show on the screen, but we're showing a 2K, this is 240 frames per second center cut with a Sony 135 millimeter lens, and it just looks amazing. And they couldn't believe it. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes.
Very awesome. So there is no pricing or availability date yet. Obviously, it's still a prototype, but we're all looking forward to it. It's a really exciting product and really kind of unleashes the future potential of any F55 or F5 owners or would-be owners or rental houses, for example. So I really want to thank Juan again for spending the time with us. Stay tuned for more.